Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salente, and it's Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. 2023. Yep. And your new Trends Journal's coming out soon. And what really happened is, the Trends Journal is really history before it happens. This is the cover of the Trends Journal. And of course, we did the cover before the news broke today. And it's SHITTYIT. The noun, it's SHITTYIT. The plural noun, shittyites. A full of shit idiot. For example, politicians, bureaucrats, mainstream media, celebrities, etc. So, what's the big news today? They just got rid of a SHITTYIT. Yep. I guess they read the Trends Journal. That guy McCarthy, that was the Democratic House of Representatives leader there, the Speaker of the House. Speaker, he's not speaking anymore. No, that guy Gates, no, not Bill Gates, Gaetz, the Matt Gates from Florida, launched a thing to get rid of McCarthy. So this is the McCarthy that they got rid of. All right? A puppet. There he is, Charlie McCarthy. Charlie McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy, Greenberg Iceberg. What's the difference? No difference. A little fucking puppet. A little fucking SHITTYIT puppet. That's the political system. Rotting right in front of your eyes. I'm glad they got rid of that guy. Because he was making a deal with Biden. That's right. They were trying to, they had that, was trying to shut down the, because of the new bill coming up, the money bill. And McCarthy started making a deal with Biden behind his back and the Democrats for the short-term funding bill. So he screwed over his party. Again, that's it. The American way, left or right, they're both out of their minds. They're shittyites. Very, very clear. Here's your cover of your magazine. A full of shit idiot. That's all we have running our lives. I forgot to put in there teachers, public school teachers. Yeah, and most college teachers, they're shittyites too. So again, this guy McCarthy, he barely got in to begin with. And they don't talk about that. And now he said he's not going to try to keep going. And I'm telling you, as I said, there's been never a better time for a third party than now. And as you all know, I said back in November, that the best candidate on the Republican, on the ticket would be RFK Jr. for president and Judge Andrew Napolitano as vice president running on the libertarian line. And again, I'm not a libertarian, I'm a nobody. I don't believe in any of the parties. I believe in the people. But I do believe that the two parties in power are nothing more than a fucking crime syndicate, and by their deeds you shall know them. They're nothing more than the Crips and the Bloods, murderers and thieves. Hey, I'm too big to fail. Yeah, I'm the Jamie Dimon gang, the JP Morgan Chase, excuse me. Yeah, we got 5 felonies, but nobody goes to jail. Matter of fact, we got another article in this Trends Journal about that. Yep. And again, JP Morgan Chase settles Epstein's suit for $75 million. Chump change. Chump change. So this is important what's going on. And again, look what would happen today in the markets. Oh, yeah, wow. Dow was down, 430 points? You know what it was down last week? Last Tuesday, over 400 points. Again, we warned this was going to happen. Here it is. It's going to start happening in late September, October. The reality is going to set in. But as we said, the big decline is going to start happening in September into October. Again, we believe they're going to start going down in September and October. But don't worry, things are going to look good during the summer. You're not going to get the reality until the end of September and October. The reality is going to start hitting in mid-September. They're saying The worst is yet to come in late September and October. I maintain my forecast that late September into October, that's when you're going to see the big decline. Trends Journal had forecast that the markets would go down late September and into October. On the economic front, we had forecast that the markets would go down in September, late September, October. So we're going to see the markets go down in September. That's our forecast, and they may crash by October. Very, very possible. The economy is going to go down. The equity markets we're forecasting are going to go down. Today's the 31st. It's not going to be a happy September. All right. It wasn't a happy September. Now, why does the Dow down, for the whole year now? And again, we had said that the S&P 500 would go up in last November, that it would go up this year by at least 16.3%. It went up almost 20%. And because it went up following the last 40 midterm elections in the United States. And then we said it would go into a decline, which it has. And now it's up only about 10, 11%. So the worst is yet to come. Will the markets crash in October? They're going to do everything they can to keep that from happening. No question about it. So the guess on the street is that when the Feds meet, their final meeting in November 1st, it ends that they're not going to raise interest rates. Only 25% of the street's betting that they're going to raise them. And 45% is betting that they're going to raise them in December. And we are forecasting that no matter what they do in November or December, we don't know what's going to happen. It's a guess. And again, in this week's Trends Journal, in our economic update, we're quoting the Fed heads in different states that are saying that they're going to keep raising rates. But they're going to lower them in the run-up to the presidential reality show in 2024 because they want to keep the party in power because the party in power is run by the Federal Reserve. And all you have to do is look at who our Treasury Secretary is, Miss Fatya Brut, Janet Yellen. That's right. Her former job was what? Oh, the Fed head? That's right. Head of the Federal Reserve, now our Treasury Secretary. So they're going to do everything they can to keep the crime syndicate in place. And again, the only way I see it changing is with a new third party. And again, to me, the ticket's RFK Jr. for president on the Libertarian ticket and Judge Andrew Napolitano for vice president. So people want something new. And again, you look at the data, and that's what we do in trend forecasting. We're data-driven. You look at the polls, the people don't want either Biden or Trump. And they rate Congress lower than used car salesmen. So that's what you got. So now going back to the markets and what's going on, although the markets went down today, oil prices are still over $90 a barrel for Brent crude. So we have the economic update, the market overview. And again, when you're looking at the data, the investors believe that the Fed's going to stay in a tough stance. And why the market's going down. Again, this isn't rocket science. You're looking at the Treasury yields going way up. So why are you going to gamble in the markets when you can get 5% on money market funds and almost Treasury yields with very, very, very little risk? So the people are going to start putting more of their money into treasuries and money market funds and not gamble in the markets. And then you have to look at the PE ratio in the markets. They're like 25% almost. And that's like the high end. So you go back a year ago, it was only 17%, and the markets were down back then. So it's going to go much lower. But again, it's a gangster organization. They're going to do anything they can to keep propping it up. They got this fucking shit called a plunge protection team. What the fuck are you talking to, a plunge protection team? You're rigging the fucking markets. It's the New York Federal Reserve right in Wall Street, with pumping the markets up when they go down. You go back to our forecast. Play that forecast again, what we said the markets would go down in September. It's going to start happening in late September, October. Reality is going to set in. But as we said, see the T-shirt? There it is. Hey, politicians, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? And the back of it, hey, politicians, and it's right in front of your eyes. They're shittyits. And you saw what happened today with Charlie McCarthy being thrown out as the majority leader of majority of shitheads, or shittyits, I should say, have to be proper. That Speaker of the House, the Speaker. These bastards and bitches don't represent us. They represent the fucking companies that pay them off. Anyway, going back to your magazine, the Trends Journal. Again, what we're giving you, nobody else is. Oh, and there's a great article in here by Gregory Mannarino. The system is on the cusp of locking up again. Yep. If you were to ask the average person what happened during 2007, 2008 stock market crash crisis, what caused it, you may hear answers like, it was brought on by banks who were writing subprime mortgages, giving mortgage loans to anyone with a heartbeat, regardless if they have a job or the ability to make mortgage payments. The truth is, an answer like that barely scratches the surface as to what really caused the financial crisis. Again, that's part of what caused it. There's more that caused it, and there's more that's going to cause this one. So we're giving you what nobody else is giving you. The facts are there. And by the way, I had forecasted gold prices would bottom out at $1,850 an ounce. They're down to $1,822. I didn't think they would go this low. Did not think it was going to happen. But here's what's going to happen. When they lower interest rates, the dollar is going to go down. When the dollar goes down, it's going to be the beginning of the death of the dollar. And when the dollar goes down, gold prices are going to spike. And now we have to go back to what's going on in the equity markets. If the plunge protection team doesn't stop this crash, gold prices are going to skyrocket. That's our forecast. We do not give financial advice. We give trend forecasts. Again, motto in the magazine is think for yourself. We give you the trends analysis, trend forecast. This is why we say it. The trend is your friend, and we're doing everything to be your friend. So what else do we have here? Trends on the global economic front. World trade falls to 3-year low. Oh, yeah, there's not going to be a recession. Oh, they just downgraded. Oh, the Purchasing Managers Index, the PMI in Italy, just came in at like 46 point something. 6 months in a row of decline. So again, when you go back to our forecast, what we said with the markets, we also said when you read the Trends Journal, and I was saying that during the summer, the markets are going up because it's summertime and the living is easy. People spend their money having a good time, trying to go on vacations. They're spending it in services, not in manufacturing. Again, Italy's manufacturing is down 6 months in a row in negative territory. Anything under 50 is negative. And then you go, and the last quarter, they're in recession. And they're the third largest economy in Europe. And in Germany, the largest economy in Europe, the fourth largest in the world, is officially in recession. And their PMI numbers are in the toilet too. So Americans are going to spend more because they're going to be buying more cheap stuff from other countries because our dollar is strong. But all those other countries, particularly the emerging markets, are going to submerge because their debt is dollar-based. So you think you got a migrant crisis now? You haven't seen anything yet as these emerging markets submerge big time. What else do we have here? Again, a load of stuff. Inflation assaults economy, commodities, Europe's bond market tanks, what's going on with the bigs, what post-COVID travel. Top trend 2023, going green, like it or not. Yep. Again, we call it as it is, not what we want. Again, more about the office building bust. What's going on in the economies around the world? Ukraine trend update. Yeah, Biden vows to send more weapons to Ukraine, despite that stopgap bill that McCarthy pushed through and said word was to Biden that we're going to push that $24 billion that you want to send to Ukraine. And all you folks in Maui, screw you. Here's a couple of $100. We got to give the money to the military industrial complex. And by the way, another article in your Trends Journal, military industrial complex moving to Ukraine. That's right. All the rotted infrastructure, the subways at night in Calcutta in New York. Third world rail. Hey, all you people in East Palestine, very happy with all the poisons they dumped on you, huh? Fuck you. You're not getting any money. It's going to a war machine. Glad they got rid of that little puppet McCarthy. Little puppet McCarthy. Little puppet McCarthy. A shitty-it. A shitty-it. Where's that picture of McCarthy? So everybody could see Charlie McCarthy, the clowns that are running our country. And we have featured guest articles by Dr. Joseph Mercola, another one by John and Nisha Whitehead, The New Abnormal, Authoritarian Control. Freaks want to micromanage our lives. So true. Great article by Phil Giraldi, former CIA head, not head, top guy. Zelensky should have stayed home. And featured articles again by this one you got to read. This is a featured guest article by Ben Davis, who writes our AI and a lot of our economic data. Buckyballs, nature's new health elixir. So we're giving you what nobody's given you in so many different fields, health elixir. And again, Trends in Technocracy by the Technocracy King, Joe Durand. Not that the cat loves technocracy, but he knows a lot about it. That's one of his books you could get. Be human. And by the way, subscribe to the Trends Journal by going to trendsjournal.com for the grand total of $2.86 a week. Next to nothing. And we're giving you everything that you can't find anywhere else. What else do we have here? We got trends in cryptos, trends in the COVID war. Yep. Retailers in U.S. report unprecedented levels of theft. No one's saying what we are. This did not exist before the COVID war, and that's a fact. They're closing down businesses. They're locking down. So I went to buy an Oral-B toothbrush over at the CVS over here, and they had it locked up. This didn't exist before the COVID war. But nobody's saying this. The damage of the COVID war is incalculable. We've said it. We have the facts, and it's only going to get worse because we write about, of course, what's going on in China as well with their economy, who brought us the COVID war. Trends in geopolitics and trends I views. We got that SHITTYIT, that guy, Representative Jamal Bowman, who claims he accidentally pulled the fire alarm at the house. So don't believe your eyes. I mean, the guy pulled it. I thought it was going to, that opens the door. I thought that pulling a fire alarm opens the door. Who the fuck you talking to? What are you, 6 years old? Yeah, You're a shittiit. You're a shittiit. A full of shit idiot selling you crap. And that's what most Americans do. They swallow the crap coming out of the shittiot's mouths. And a shittiot in a country near you. Oh, you like that Sudak over there? No, I got some Macron. Hey, how about Olaf? Yeah, Olaf Schultz. What a bunch of fucking freaks. And what else do we have? Trends in High-Tech Science by Ben Davis. And your sections, Trends in AI. AI, we own you. Yep. So that's your Trends Journal. Subscribe to it. Go to trendsjournal.com. And don't forget tomorrow, Celente and the Judge, tune in at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. See you tomorrow.
At the Trends Journal, the best investment you could make, because it's the best investment into your mind, and it can change how you look at the world.
His work is actually a gold mine. Anybody interested in politics, political trends, economic trends, social trends, cultural trends, you have to follow him, Gerald Celente.
The Trends Journal is one of the greatest sources of information, and and it really is. You're predicting these things well ahead of time. I would encourage everyone to go grab the latest copy.
Been a Trends Journal subscriber for 20 years. I just have to commend you. What you guys have put together in your latest Trends Journal, there's nothing like this out there.
Sir, everything that you predicted about the economy, you were absolutely right. So I have followed you all this time. So please take a look at the Trends Journal.
You correctly forecast that the Fed would hike rates quite aggressively, correctly said that initially gold and silver would drop as the Fed starts to raise rate to 1.5% and above. When we spoke last, Bitcoin was around 49,000. You said you expect to drop, and if it drops below 30, 35, then it could really drop.
Trends Journal, which I would encourage people to go and check out. It's actually a 200-page document, pure data-driven analysis.
Gerald Celente, the top trends forecaster in the world. Gerald, you had an interesting call back in September of last year. You said gold had bottomed, which is exactly what happened. And here we are, and we're above $1,900.
Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happened at trendsjournal.com.